One take, one take. This is NBA One Take featuring yours truly, Pretty Boy Lego. This is NBA One Take for your head. NBA One Take for your brain. Coming to you live, Brooklyn, New York. It's NBA One Take. April 4th, 2022. It's WrestleMania Part 2. Second night of WrestleMania. Previous video. Just talking about how I don't know how they're gonna top that one. That first night of WrestleMania was good. And second one was okay, but it wasn't better as the first one. So we see the opening as Triple H, he comes out, addresses the crowd, hangs up his boots, retired. Always loved Triple H. He's just like one of my favorite wrestlers. The game, he just did it all. And was always doing something so despicable and evil to get what he wants, and just it was just he had a great career, man. He addressed the crowd, and for the most part I think he's going to be going into the Hall of Fame next year. So congrats to him, in his career, and he's still backstage at the WWE and NXT and things like that. I think they showed the highlight of Drew McIntyre versus Happy Corbin. I forgot about that match. Like I said, it was real unforgivable, and we see Drew McIntyre get the win and had the sword and almost chopped off Matt Morph's head. It's a whatever match, like I said. But that was like the only down match I think of the first night of WrestleMania. We got Arcade Bros versus Street Profits versus Alpha Academy. Whatever. And then Arcade Bros get the win. Randy Orton and Riddle, they get the win here. Then we see Gabe Stevenson interact with them, and had a moment with Chad Gable, because he's one of Gabe Stevenson, NCAA champion. He's one of the NIL with the WWE class. So if y'all know what that is, look it up. It's where college athletes can get paid off likeness and things like that. So we got that. What was the next match? We got the women's match, women's tag team match. Champion Selena Vega and Carmella versus Rhea Ripley, Liv Morgan versus Natalya and Shayna Baszler versus Asuka, Sasha Banks and Naomi. And Sasha Banks and Naomi gets the win. Happy for Sasha Banks. Like I always say, she's one of the best there. But I think the company loves the profit of her outside venture, because I think that's what she is. She's a big time superstar. So I think, but it's a good win there. I like Sasha Banks and Naomi winning the titles. Black girl magic. Then the next match was a comedy spot fest. got Sami Zayn versus Johnny Knoxville, and it was just all types of booby traps and things. We had Wee Man making an appearance, slamming Sami Zayn, and a big hand slapping Sami Zayn across the face. We got electricity, we got pyro, we got a table full of mouse traps. It was crazy. But Johnny Knoxville gets the win. And then we got Bobby Lashley versus Omos. And Big Man goes against Lashley, and Lashley gets the win, which he should have, because not too much of a fan of Omos. You know, he was a basketball player, but trying to really find his way into WWE, and it's really tough when you're really limited in a lot of things you do. I'm glad Bobby gets the win. He's more deserving to get it. And the next match is it's a fun one. It's Pat McAfee versus Austin Theory. I'm gonna tell you, I'm not a fan of Pat McAfee on his show. I liked him on SmackDown. Austin Theory, it's hard to get into him with the videos, but Mr. McMahon likes him, and he's almost anointing him as his guy. I think maybe Mr. McMahon is saying this might be his last pick before he actually gives it up as his next main guy. But Pat McAfee gets the win. It was really impressive too. Really impressive. He was impressive in NXT in that War Games match years ago. But he was impressive here. There's some acrobatic and things like that, and he wins. Mr. McMahon is pissed. Mr. McMahon takes off his shirt, get into the ring, they have a match, and Austin Theory is cheating, and Mr. McMahon gets the win, and then they try to beat him down, and then Stone Cold Steve Austin come out. Austin stuns. Austin gives him a stunner to Austin Theory. And then Trace Bear with Mr. McMahon, telling Mr. McMahon, look, one more time, you're gonna drink. And then he starts Mr. McMahon, and then that was great. Austin come out again. And next match was Edge versus AJ Styles. Yeah, I know how much I love AJ Styles. He's one of the best. To me, one of my favorites is Seth Rollins. But Edge gets a win. He's just a darker Edge. And it's like a gothic ministry. Darkness Edge. And Damian Priest came out, and they both acknowledged each other, and he helped Edge get the win, and then Edge and Priest had a moment in the ring, and it looks like Edge's gonna have a new faction, and that's Edge and Priest. Woo! If they start a faction, my God. Oh, y'all gotta look out. And the last match of the night is winner takes all. Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar. And I'm gonna be honest with you, this is the build-up for this was good. over other build-ups they've had. The other build-ups was stale and the matches was better. This build-up was good, but the match fell flat on its face. And it didn't tell a story. And you know what? I'm not even blaming Brock Lesnar for this. I'm blaming Roman Reigns. I think Brock Lesnar did everything that he normally do. I think Roman Reigns could have did more. And even though Roman got the win and celebrated with 2 belts, and we see this whole thing and him winning and things like that, I'm seeing where this is going, where let's be honest. I think for the most part, you build Roman until he faced The Rock, and you want that to be the big money match, and that's what they look like gonna have it next year, WrestleMania 39 at SoFi Stadium. That's what I'm thinking, because I think that's why he continues to win at these main events, because the potential of getting The Rock there, because The Rock hasn't closed the door. The Rock is saying he's unavailable because of prior commitments that's set in stone months and a year or so in advance. The Rock didn't give no inclination of that. He's going to be busy next year. Plans may change like it always has, but that's where I feel it's going. If he have his last match, it'll be against Roman Reigns, and he'll give Roman Reigns the stamp of approval, you know, giving him the win and giving him his validation. And then after that, Roman Reigns could, you know, he could take losses and things like that, but he'll be one of the greatest of all time after he gets that WrestleMania validation over his cousin The Rock. Alright, but this is Pretty Boy Laker, and I will be having some NBA and some women's time, other stuff coming up. And you know, WrestleMania was good on night 1. Night 2 kind of was a little downer for me, but it was this overall good weekend. You know, Coach Kate lost. It's all right. My Lakers lost again. Boom. LeBron is out. I don't know what's going on. And are we going to go to the play-in? Jesus. But this is NBA One Takes Pretty Boy Laker. And I'm out.